Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my humble obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Nayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting Srimad Bhagvatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktira bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Gurve Gaur Chandraye Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Canto 7, Srimad Bhagvatam, Chapter 9. Prahlad Maharaj pacifies Lord Nrsingadev with his prayers. So we read the text number 10 yesterday, and we were discussing that how bhakti is the most important ingredient in spiritual life. All the other qualifications are important, but they are secondary. One has sincere bhakti, the other qualifications will come if one is sincerely rendering bhakti. So let's continue what Prahlad Maharaj is speaking. Text number 11. Naivatmanaha prabhur ayam nijalabha purno manam janad avidushaha karuno vrinite yad yajjano bhagavate vidhitamanam tachatmane prati mukhasya yatha mukhashrihi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always fully satisfied in Himself. Therefore, when something is offered to Him, the offering by the Lord's mercy is for the benefit of the devotee, for the Lord does not need service from anyone. To give an example, if one's face is decorated, the reflection of one's face in a mirror is also seen to be decorated. Purport. In Bhakti Yoga, it is recommended that a devotee follow 9 principles: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. This service of glorifying the Lord by hearing, chanting, and so on is not, of course, meant for the benefit of the Lord. This devotional service is recommended for the benefit of devotee. The Lord is always glorious, whether the devotee glorifies Him or not. But if the devotee engages in glorifying the Lord, the devotee himself automatically becomes glorious. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhavamahadavagani nirvapanam. By glorifying the Lord constantly, the living entity becomes purified in the core of his heart, and thus he can understand that he does not belong to the material world, but is a spirit soul whose actual activity is to advance in Krishna consciousness, so that he may become free from the material clutches. Thus the blazing fire of material existence is immediately extinguished. Bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam. A foolish person is amazed that Krishna orders sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Abandon all varieties of religious activities, and just surrender unto me. Some foolish scholars even say that this is too much to demand. But this demand is not for the benefit of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, it is for the benefit of human society. If human beings individually and collectively surrender everything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in full Krishna consciousness, all of human society will benefit. One who does not dedicate everything to the Supreme Lord is described in this verse as a vidusha, a rascal. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.15, the Lord himself speaks in the same way. Namam dushkritino mura prapadyante naradhama mayaya prihata jnana asurim bhavamashritaha. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake to the atheistic nature of the demons, do not surrender unto me. Because of ignorance and misfortune, the atheists and the Naradhamas, the lowest of men, do not surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, although the Supreme Lord Krishna is full in himself, he appears in different yugas to demand the surrender of the conditioned soul, so that they will benefit by becoming free from the material clutches. In conclusion, the more we engage in Krishna consciousness and render service unto the Supreme Lord, the more we benefit. Krishna does not need service from any of us. Hare Krishna. So, very, very important words Srila Prahlad Maharaj is speaking for our purification. Supreme Lord is Atmarama. He does not need anything from anyone. It's not that he is waiting, if I will come and offer some donation, I'll come or offer some patram pushpam, or some bhoga, or some kirtan. Kirtan means to glorify. He is not waiting for me to be glorified. He is always the Supreme Personality of God. Material world is only 1/4 of the Supreme Lord's creation. In the spiritual world, there is always a festival happening where countless devotees, thousands and thousands of Lakshmis are waiting. Does he need my donation? No. Thousands and thousands of queens of Krishna and Krishna's friends, mothers, they're all waiting to offer him wonderful, unlimited preparation. Does he need my offering? What does he need from me? He does not need anything from me actually. Or he's not waiting for it. He's always a Supreme Lord. Because he is Atmaram. So the question may come, why should I do it? The answer is, for the benefit of you, for my own benefit. If I engage in the service of the Supreme Lord, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uttama. If I engage my senses in the service of the Master of the senses, then I get purified, I get benefit, I get a chance to be free from the clutches of the material world. And Prabhupada is saying, if the devotee engages in glorifying the Lord, the devotee himself automatically becomes glorious. So, when the Supreme Lord says, become my devotee, it's not that he needs some servants. He is lack of servants, so he needs us to engage in some service. No, it is for the benefit. Prabhupada is saying it is for the benefit of the human society. He comes again and again and says, become my devotee, offer this to me. Why? For the human society's benefit. Because anyone who does that becomes happy. So, and we may all have experienced, and when we offer nice foodstuffs to Krishna, our desire to eat palatable foodstuffs goes away. When we offer nice dresses to Krishna, we automatically become happy. The service, the happiness of the servant lies in the service of the master. And the master is not a very cruel master here. He is the best amongst our friends. He is our best well-wisher. His love is uncomparable towards us. So if we serve him, will he let us, be left out? Or will he deprive us of anything? Certainly not. Even a good master in this world, if someone is a chaste servant, the master goes to any extent to take care of the servant. and we may have seen multiple examples, even in this material world. If there's a good servant, the master will, take care of his health, take care of his finances, take care of his family, take care of his daughter's marriage, take care of his home. Everything he will provide to a good servant who is selflessly trying to serve. The master will naturally provide. What to speak of the Supreme Master, our Supreme Father? If someone engages in service, it is for our own benefit. That point is coming here like 10 times. And it's also very humbling. Sometimes I may feel, if I don't give this donation, then this temple won't come up. Or if I don't give this program, then no one will become a devotee. Or if I don't go for book distribution, then the people will remain in ignorance. Or if I don't host this program, then who will do it? Actually, all those things, why I'm doing any service, whether it is singing, kirtan, or reading Bhagavatam, or book distribution, prasad distribution, hosting program, anything, it is, Krishna is saying, Prabhupada is saying, the more we engage in Krishna consciousness, the more we enter service, the more we benefit. Others may not benefit, but if someone is sincerely rendering service, even if one person come or 1 million people come, 1,000 people come, we will certainly benefit, because there is no loss of bhakti. So it is a good way to prepare our consciousness before doing any service. It is for my own purification, it is for my own benefit, and Krishna is pleased actually. Krishna is happy to see, like a good father. Like a father is happy to see when the child is nicely engaged in good things, which the father is telling. So yes, here he's saying that I don't need it, but yes, he's happy. And in other verses we have also read that Krishna is pained to see his devotee going in the opposite direction. Yes, he may say, okay, he's not like a carefree, okay, my child is suffering. And no, he actually cares. He actually cares. Therefore, he sends bona fide representatives, so that my other children are suffering. Oh, my dear child, Srila Prabhupada, why don't you go and bring all of them? So, manifestation of those great souls is a sign of Krishna's compassion. So that less intelligent people are wandering in this material world thinking I'm enjoying, those great souls can bring them closer to Krishna for their own benefit. So, any comments or questions anyone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the verse, in the last line, there is an analogy. So how can we understand that analogy in terms of the message in this verse that the Lord is Atmarama and the devotional service is for the benefit of the jiva?
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, the material world is a reflection of a spiritual world. So if we engage service in the service of the Supreme Being, Krishna, then the reflection is also happy. In the material world, everyone will be happy if we engage. Of course, the Mudas, the less intelligent people may not think like that, but this is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that if one decorates Krishna's body with nice ornaments, with nice dresses, etc., one naturally feels happy. Material world is a perverted reflection. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So man is made in the image of God, the Bible says. So we are not Krishna, we are not that tattva, but yes, we are part and parcel. So the part and parcel will be happy when the image will be happy when we serve the Supreme, that is Krishna. So does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Bhadra. Done with everybody. Father has so much money. He buys the candies and he gives that candies to the son, little boy or daughter, and the son, little boy or daughter gives candy with love to father, father is so happy, isn't it? It's coming from father, but still father is happy to accept that candy because the son is giving out of love. So similarly, Krishna is Purna, he is Atmarama, and everything belongs to him. But when his devotee is giving him with love, then he is so happy about it. Another point is that it making about you glorify the Lord, then you are also glorified. And we see the example of Srila Prabhupada. Person who preaches the glory of the Lord, he is also glorified himself. This is Srila Prabhupada's life, right? Old man coming from Bengal, Calcutta, and he is worshipped every hour probably on this planet somewhere. Why is that? Because he came, he preached the glories of the Lord, he spread the message of the Lord. So that is automatically there when we preach when we spread the glories of the Lord, do anything in the service of the Lord, then we are automatically glorified. Of course, devotee is not looking for the glorification, but it's automatically, usually it comes automatically. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I want to just share one of the Bhakti Maharaj's lecture, Sharanagati. And I just want to relate yesterday's last verse and this verse. Maharaj was saying that two words, one is punya and the other one is sukriti. Punya is any duty, like in last verse we see that the Brahmanas, if they do their karma kandas according to the Vedic ritualistic orders, then they get the punya. But sukriti is anything we do, even small, related to Lord or his devotees. As Bhadraprabhu was mentioning that Srila Prabhupada he glorified. In addition to that, Prabhupada was kind. He knew that people will not spontaneously go for devotional service. So what he did, like he came here without any invitation from anybody, and he started preaching. Even someone bought a Back to Godhead magazine by $1. That person developed Agyata Sukriti, means his devotional account started. So Bhakti Maharaj was saying that is the criteria or innate nature of the devotee. That devotee go for like Sankirtan, book distribution, collection of money. It's not that they need that. It's mainly to everybody involved in the devotional practice. So that is Agyata Sukriti. But yesterday when Shuvilas Prabhu was saying, he was mentioning that even someone with pride do some, that is not going to be null and void. In compare, if someone does the only basic ritualistic karma kanda, but it's not related to the devotion, then it is, as Prabhupada mentioned, Srila Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, that it is going to be null and void. So that is the devotees, Prabhupada and his followers, and all the devotees when they go for Sankirtan. It's not that they have to collect the money for their own survival. It's like involving even someone who is no concept about devotional service, but getting the Agyata Sukriti. Hare Krishna, back.
Thank you so much, Prabhu and Bhadra Prabhu. Okay, let's read the next verse. Yes, Nandini Mataji, would you like to read, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam everybody. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 12. Give me a second then. Tasmad aham nigata viklava ishwarasya sarvatmana mahi gunami yatha manisham nicho jaya guna visarga manu pravishta uyeta yena hi pumananu va pranitena. Translation and purport by His Divine Majesty Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, although I was born in a demoniac family, I may without a doubt offer prayers to the Lord with full endeavor, as far as my intelligence allows. Anyone who has been forced by ignorance to enter the material world may be purified of material life if he offers prayers to the Lord and hears the Lord's glories. Purport. It is clearly understood that a devotee does not need to be born in a very high family, to be rich, to be aristocratic, or to be very beautiful. None of these qualifications will engage one in devotional service. With devotion, one should feel God is great and I am very small. Therefore, my duty is to offer my prayers to the Lord. Only on this basis can one understand and render service to the Lord. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvataha tato mam tatvatato gyatva vishate tad anantaram. One can understand the Supreme Personality as He is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Thus Prahlad Maharaj decided to offer his best prayers to the Lord without consideration of his material position. So such is the humility of Prahlad Maharaj. He does not remember all the tribulations and turbulences that he went through to do devotional service, but he only remembers what may be perceived as a disqualification. So the very first thing he's saying, although I was born in a demoniac family, and so he's only thinking of how unqualified I am, and what is as far as my intelligence allows. He doesn't even think he's the most intelligent, although on this entire universe he was the only one allowed to go forward to please the Lord, and Lord has already put his hand on him. He's chosen devotee amongst the assembly of the Lord Shiva, Brahma, everybody, Vidyadharas, people from all the planets. He's the chosen one, and he's going forward, and still he's completely thinking how unqualified I am, how I'm not intelligent enough, and then he says that, but it's devotional service that is glorified. He glorifies that anyone can offer the prayers to the Lord. Our Lord is so merciful. And then he says that, and of course then Prabhupada clarifies that, of course, the devotee Janmashruti, that verse Kunti Devi says, it was quoted yesterday as well. The rich, to be born in an aristocratic family, to be beautiful is not a qualification, but it can be actually a disqualification if you become proud of those qualifications. But devotional service is the best. God is great and I am very small. If this is our attitude, then everything is perfect. And then Bhaktya Mama Vijanati verse is quoted by Srila Prabhupada. He reminds us that one can understand the Supreme Personality as He is only by devotional service. Only by Krishna is pleased by bhakti. The only thing we can offer to Krishna is our bhakti. We have that's our biggest treasure of our heart. And then only one can enter into the kingdom of God. This kingdom of God, entering into kingdom of God again comes in even 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga. Even Matpara and Matsam. He says Matsthana. There's a particular word in chapter 6. So one can return to the kingdom of God, my place of worship, only if by devotional service and without consideration for material position. even and another couple of things that really struck me in this chapter so far is Prabhupada is translating yato yato yami tato narsingo bahe narsingo hruday narsingo. So he's saying that he's not translating it that inside or outside I see Narsingadev. He said inside, anywhere I think of Lord Narsingadev. So this is a very important thing. As soon as we think, Lord is there, and Prahlad always thought of the Lord, and that's why he's glorifying. He's able to glorify the Lord and please the Lord with his prayers. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. God is great. I am very small, so it is my duty to offer prayers. So simple. If you just understand the simple statement, then things become easy. But the problem is I think I am great and everyone else is small, so everyone should offer prayers to me. That's perverted consciousness. But there's a very nice verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chinmaya bhaskara tumi kiranera karna ami prabhu tumi ami nitya dasa charane piyusha tava mama sukha suvaibhava tava nam amrita mora asha. Such a beautiful verse which exactly fits here. Chinmaya bhaskara tumi, you are like the sun. Krishna often is compared to sun, but given kiranera karna ami, I am just an infinitesimal karna of that your energy. Chinmaya bhaskara tumi, Prabhu, you are great. Kiranera karna ami, I am just a particle. Prabhu tumi ami nitya dasa, you are like the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Master. Ami nitya dasa, I am just a lowly servant, eternal. My constitutional position is jivas swarupa Krishna nitya das. Charane piyusha tava. Such a beautiful. What is? I am begging for the nectar of your lotus feet. Charane piyusha tava mama sukha suveva. That is my joy, that is my wealth, that is my happiness. Tava nama amrita mora asha, and my only desire is your holy name. And that's also a prayer. Chanting is nothing but the best form of prayer. So, it is my duty. It is my duty. It is my reciprocation towards the Lord. It is the way to purify myself. It is a way to rekindle Krishna Prem. So I must offer prayers. So, any other comments or thoughts anyone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Raghunandan Das. This verse reminded me of the prayer by Lord Brahma in Canto 10 where he says, Stane stita shruti gatam tanovan manobir, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes that verse when he is talking with a devotee. So, Prahlad Maharaj is taking, this is my position. It might be seen as a highly qualified position by some, or it might be seen as a disqualified position by some, but it is what I am. I am born in a demoniac family, and I have only a limited intelligence. But even within that, what am I able to do in service to the Supreme Lord? I can offer my prayers with full endeavor as far as my intelligence allows. And that's the same instruction Brahma is giving in that prayer. Sthane stita. Be situated in your position, but engage with your body, mind and words in glorifying the Supreme Lord. And by doing so, the unconquerable becomes conquered. Is the prayer. In that prayer, Lord Brahma says that. And Prahlad Maharaj is exhibiting that same thing. Yeah, this is my position. But I don't give my position as an excuse. Oh, because of this I am not able to do this. Oh, because of that I am not able to do this. if I look into my life, I give million excuses why I am not able to do anything. But I can come up with one excuse why I still should be doing it, despite my situation, in whatever situation I find myself in. So that I found to be a very inspiring position that Prahlad Maharaj is taking. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your comment. Thank you. Anyone else before we move on? Okay, Swati Mataji, would you like to read text 13?
Yes, Prabhu. Then with Prabhu. Text 13. Sarvehi ame vidikaras tava sattvadhamno brahmadayo vayam iveshana chod vijanataha kshemaya bhutaya tama shukaya chasya vikrititam bhagavato ruchira varta rahe. Translation. O my Lord, all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma are sincere servants of your Lordship, who are situated in the transcendental position. Therefore, they are not like us, Prahlad and his father, the demon Hiranyakashipu. Your appearance in this fearsome form is your pastime for your own pleasure. Such an incarnation is always meant for the protection and improvement of the universe. Purport. Prahlad Maharaj wanted to assert that his father and the other members of his family were all unfortunate because they were demoniac, whereas the devotees of the Lord are always fortunate because they are always ready to follow the orders of the Lord. When the Supreme Lord appears in this material world in his various incarnations, he performs two functions: saving the devotee and vanquishing the demon. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Lord Narasimhadev, for example, appears for the protection of his devotee. Such pastimes as those of Narasimhadev are certainly not meant to create a fearful situation for the devotees, but nonetheless, the devotees, being very simple and faithful, were afraid of the fierce incarnation of the Lord. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, in the following prayers, requests the Lord to give up his anger. So in this, Prahlad Maharaj is mentioning about the demons and the devotees, like how the demons are unfortunate, whereas the devotees are fortunate. They take up devotional service and follow the orders of the Lord. And also the purpose of the Lord for his appearance is mentioned, that he comes just to give protection to the devotees. And so even though the demoniac people, they might be afraid of the Lord, but the devotees, they're just fearful just because they're afraid, just because they are simple and faithful. They're afraid of this form, and Prahlad is praying to the Lord to give up his anger. Good night, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. These two verses just show the epitome of humility Prahlad Maharaj is. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, all these demigods, they are your sincere servants. Who am I? Not like me. I am a demoniac person. I am born in a demoniac family. My intelligence is limited. My qualification is limited. In the previous verse also he said, I am born in a demonic family. Now also he is saying, they are not like us. They are sincere servants. And you have appeared to give pleasure, to protect the whole universe and to give pleasure. So there's a great quality of a devotee that he always sees others as better. Although we know that demigods are nowhere close in devotion to Prahlad Maharaj. Their devotion of demigods is always tinged with something, to get something, or to get some asana or wealth, or something. But Prahlad Maharaj's devotion is completely unalloyed. Although he himself said that one could be born in a Chandala family. So it's a great principle that for others he is encouraging that, oh, even if you're in Chandala family, don't worry, you can still render great bhakti. But for himself, he's thinking, no, I'm a Chandala. I'm born in a very a low family. I'm not qualified. These are all better than me. And that's a mood, we see in Srila Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. Although they were such stalwart devotees, but they were remembering, oh, we are very low class. We were serving the Nawab, the Muslim king, for so long. We don't know who am I. Please guide us. So again, we are seeing this humility, the mood of humility, that others are better and I am very fallen. But in the material world, opposite happens. And Prahlad Maharaj is not like a neophyte person. His intelligence, we saw 5-year-old boy, he in just no time, because of his pure association, he made the group of his friends, devotees, and they were chanting and dancing in ecstasy. But in front of the Lord, he is just glorifying others, so the others are better. I am not worthy enough. Such a great sign of humility. And that's what we see in all our parampara, the senior, our Guru parampara, Srila Prabhupada. So I really like this lesson, that how Prahlad Maharaj is thinking others are better. Only seeing the good in others. They're not saying, oh, Indra was the one always asking for asana. See, I never asked you anything. I never said give me this. Indra is always asking. Look at other demigods, they're always asking something or the other. I never asked you this, so I'm better. No, he's saying, no, they are better. They are sincere servants. I am a demoniac person. Okay, anything else anyone wants to share? Okay, Sivilas Prabhu, would you like to read, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, everyone. Text 14. Tatyacha manyam asurascha hatas tvayatya modeta sadhur api vrishchika sarpahatya lokascha nirvrittim ita pratiyanti sarve rupam nrisimha vibhayaya jana samartanti. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. My Lord Narasimha Deva, please therefore cease your anger now that my father, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, has been killed, since even saintly persons take pleasure in the killing of a scorpion or a snake. All the worlds have achieved great satisfaction because of the death of this demon. Now they are confident of their happiness, and they will always remember your auspicious incarnation in order to free from fear. Purport. The most important point in this verse is that although saintly persons never desire the killing of any living entity, they take pleasure in killing of the envious living entities like snakes and scorpions. Hiranyakashipu was killed because he was worse than a snake or a scorpion, and therefore everyone was happy. Now there was no need for the Lord to be angry. The devotees can always remember the form of Narasimha Deva when they are in danger, and therefore the appearance of Narasimha Deva was not at all inauspicious. The Lord's appearance is always worshipable and auspicious for all sane persons and devotees. So in this verse we see that Prahlad Maharaj is requesting the Lord to give up his transcendental anger that he used to kill Hiranyakashipu, who's compared to be worse than a scorpion or a snake. Many a times we see that there are situations that is detrimental to one's progress, and the best way for that would be to get rid of that situation. And Hiranyakashipu was creating so much havoc in the world. So Prabhupada says that even though devotees doesn't really like to kill anyone, but Hiranyakashipu was required to be killed for any more progress in this world towards the Lord. So since that goal was accomplished already, there was no reason for the Lord to still be angry. And we see how a devotee is convincing the Lord to give up his transcendental anger. We see how we have been reading how Prahlad Maharaj is very humble, but we see how a devotee, though he's humble, he knows what is right. So humble doesn't mean that not being confident. So he's even able to instruct the Lord of what is the right thing to do here because of his very exalted position. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anyone else has any other comments before we move on? Okay. Would someone like to read text 15?
No, just 1 second. Sorry, I could not press unmute in time. So the reason for saintly person to be happy is because whenever snake and scorpion is killed, they are in such a miserable species of life that they really don't have absolutely no way to do anything, most of the time, anything good. So that's why it is said that when they are killed, they will obviously take a better birth. So that's why a saintly person is happy. And this is mentioned a couple of times by Srila Prabhupada in Canto 4 and other places. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mataji. The question may come, then would they encourage killing of snakes and scorpions? Just a general question. If I see a snake, should I kill him? Anyone?
Yeah, I think only if it's a danger to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone else?
If your purpose is to really allow him to go to a better destination, let's say you're farming and you have to do some temple for your deities, or you see it in the house and it will harm the baby, then if you are thinking and praying like that, then yes, definitely you can kill the scorpion or snake. But you have to really think from that perspective that you're trying to help that living entity, that soul.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Dandavat. This is Bhadra. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj recommended that yes, when the snake and scorpions are there, you can kill them. In the Srila Prabhupada's bathroom in the Mayapur, it was a big snake. The bathroom. How can devotees had to take care of that? So, that doesn't mean I'm just going to unnecessarily kill someone. But the point is that snake and scorpions are poisonous living entities. I'm not going to go to kill snakes in somewhere else, but it's coming in my way, or it's coming in my courtyard. Yeah, I have to take care of it. because it will hurt to someone else, because that's their nature. And of course, base thing is to tame, just like it is mentioned, we have heard before also, that the snake charmer can, snake is envious. So snake charmer can tame the snake, but it's difficult to tame the living entity who's envious. So it's a different situation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. And one more letter from Prabhupada he wrote to the Mumbai team, Jivu team, on 21st February 1973. Please accept my blessings. This morning I received message. It is understood that Mr. Nair is dead. This is the person who really stopped Jivu temple from being built. And Prabhupada says in this letter, so it is good news that Narasimha Deva has killed a demon like him. And then he said that, then he's quoting exactly the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj said that even a saintly person becomes pleased when a scorpion or a snake is killed. So if it is a fact that Nair is dead, it is a matter of great pleasure for all devotees. So in the sense, Prabhupada did pray. We didn't kill him, but Lord Narasimha Dev did. But Prabhupada and devotees were really happy. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, there's a point, like the unnecessary harm should not be there, but yes, if they are becoming intruders in the home or in the garden, and as Mataji said, harming the child, or yes, the necessary action has to be taken. Okay, let's read one more verse.
Prabhuji, one more point I just want to, that came to my mind is, so here we see that Narasimha Dev is still angry, and Prahlad Maharaj is pacifying his anger. That's another way the Lord is glorifying his devotee. We see that how the Lord is so renounced that he's showing himself to be taken over by anger just to glorify his devotee. We see how he's called Ranchor. He's willing to give up his vow in the battlefield for Arjuna. So all this just show the Krishna's Bhakta Valsalya. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but his anger is not an impurity which may perceive to us. His anger is beyond these modes. Just something to keep in mind. But yeah, that's a nice reflection. Okay, let's read next verse. Would someone like to read who is not read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can read. Thank you.
Yes.
Dandavat pranam to everyone. Text number 15. Naham bhimepyajitam teta bhayanakasya jirha kanetra bhruguti ramsombra drashtanta antra sraja shata janeka shara shanga kukarna nirhada bhitadi digadhari bhinna khagrat. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, who are never conquered by anyone, I am certainly not afraid of your furious mouth and tongue, your eyes bright like sun, eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp pinching teeth, your garland of intestine, your mane soaked with blood, or your high wedge-like ears. Nor do I fear of your tremulous roaring, which makes elephants flee to distant places, or your nail, which are meant to kill your enemies. Purport. Lord Narasimha Deva's fierce appearance was certainly most dangerous for the non-devotees. But for Prahlad Maharaja, such fearful appearance was not at all disturbing. The lion is very fearsome for other animals, but its cubs are not at all afraid of the lion. The water of the sea is certainly dreadful of all living entities on the land, but within the sea, even the small fish is unafraid. Why? Because the small fish has taken shelter of a big ocean. It is said that although great elephants are taken away by the flooding waters of the river, the small fish swims opposite the current. Therefore, although the Lord sometimes assumes a fierce appearance to kill Dushkritas, the devotees worship him. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare. The devotee always takes pleasure in worshipping the Lord and glorifying the Lord in any form, either pleasing or fierce. Dandavat Pranam to everyone. So here Prahlad Maharaja is explaining the form of the Lord, but at the same time he's saying that, oh, I'm not afraid of your this furious form. So he's giving the explanation that Lord eyes was bright as a sun, and he was not afraid of that. He was saying that he is not fear of his sharp pinching teeth, garland of intestine, all the wedge-like ears and tremulous roaring sound. So he was just unafraid, because he was seeing the Lord in that form, but he just looking like another side of the form, like oh, he is my Lord, and he just pretending to become angry to kill the demon, and that's what he's saying here. And Prabhupada is saying that when the devotee do the worshipping of the Lord, they are not fearful about the Lord's form, but they are very pleasing, because at the same time when Lord Narasimhadeva was killing the Hiranyakashipu, that was one of his devotees, and he accepted his service. But in order to teach some lesson to the ordinary fallen soul, that if we do some simple reaction, we may get the punished by the Lord. And that's what Prahlad Maharaja is giving the example here. And another thing is saying that small fish takes the shelter of the ocean. So here Prahlad Maharaj is saying that I am the person who has taken shelter of you, and you have protected me. So he's just offering that prayer to Narasimhadev. You can add more, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. So the word mane, in case someone is not familiar, I was not certainly familiar, so I looked it up, and that refers to the hair around the neck. The heavy hairs we all have seen lying at least in a picture. So those were soaked with blood. So certainly it's a very, very ferocious form. Just imagine seeing a lion, and not to just a lion, not a sleeping lion, the lion in action, like killing the intestines around, the body soaked with blood, and all this Leela. Has just killed thousands of demons. But Prahlad Maharaj has no weapons, nothing. He's just a 5-year-old boy. So, but he is fearless. Why? Because he is compared to a cub, his own child, the child of the Supreme Lord. And we discussed that picture, the contrasting picture. In one form, he is so ferocious to the demons, and in the next picture, he is putting his hand on Prahlad, and he looks so calm and quiet and peaceful and happy. So no matter how great we may be in this material world, a big elephant. Hiranyakashipu was certainly great in terms of material accomplishments, much greater than any of us can ever imagine to be. But since he did not take shelter of the Supreme, he was just flooded with the water. So one could be great in material wealth or accomplishments, degrees, wealth, etc. But if one does not take shelter of Krishna, then one will be just flooded away in this Podichi Bhavat Tufane, in this violent hurricane, in this wildfire of material world, or this ocean of material world, samsara. But if one takes shelter, one could be just a tiny fish. Then one will cross over this ocean by taking shelter of the material of the Lord's lotus feet. Then such a person is not disturbed, even though in this material world, like a tiny fish is not disturbed, and then goes back home, back to Godhead. And that's the real goal of life. So Prahlad Maharaj's fearlessness is exhibited here. One who is completely taken shelter of Lord then is fearless. Prabhupada was fearless. He did so many Herculean activities, preaching thousands and thousands, life-threatening situations so many times, but he was always fearless because he was always Krishna conscious. So, okay, anyone else has any other comments or questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Bhadra Dandvat. What Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that you made all the points. There is one more point here. It's saying that though I am born in a demoniac family, I do not fear you as I fear the demons. And I'm not afraid of this form of yours. And then he's describing all his face, tongue, eyes like the sun, the pride in your brows, your sharp teeth, a garland of intestines, your bloody mane, and ears pointed towards tipi. So another point is that imagine the intestine which is Lord Ashintan is having around his neck is his father's intestine, and Prahlad Maharaj is, in one sense, in the previous verse, he's mentioning that, he's telling that I am rejoiced by the demon's death, he's saying. Because he says that even the good people take pleasure in killing a scorpion or snake because it gives suffering to others. Because of this principle, it is not wrong to rejoice at the demon's death. So, in a sense, and of course he knows that his father is liberated ultimately, but the point is that how is it that his father's intestine is around the Lord's neck, and here his son is standing in front right there seeing what they did. Thank you Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I would request everyone to please hold on to the call. Please don't leave the call. I want to just share a few things. It won't take more than a few minutes. So we'll end the recording now, but I request you to please stay on the call for a few minutes. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktavinda ki